Latin here with another Go Battle video giving you team suggestions for the Great League. Our team today is the powerful and balanced Meganium Altaria Azumarill combo. I deliberately did not put Registeel on the team because I know a lot of people don't have access to one. Now every Pokemon on your team should cover the weaknesses of the other. As we see here, Azumarill being weak to all of those grass and electric types, the coverage is provided by Meganium and Altaria pretty well. And when it comes to Altaria's weaknesses, we have all of the steel types, rock types, and the fairies, and Whiscash in particular. And we see Meganium and Azumarill being able to power through all of those weaknesses. And Meganium being weak especially to the flying types and the dark and ghost, it is covered really well by Azumarill, with Altaria providing support as well for all of those weaknesses. And this is how you prepare for a battle. Whichever of these Pokemon I choose to start, I know what their weaknesses are, what to expect if I need to switch, and if I do switch, what I need to switch into. So here we go, I'm starting Meganium in this match, and you want to run Earthquake and the Community Day move Frenzy Plant. If you don't have one, try to trade with someone who does. Now this is more or less a neutral matchup because it is heavily dependent on shield baiting to get the win. So I go for the shield bait with my Frenzy Plant. I need to land this Earthquake on the Ferrothorn because it is part steel type if I want to win. And they don't take the first shield bait, so I try again. I need to get at least one shield. Yes, I do. And I have to shield this because I want to go for that Earthquake in the end. I shield it. And this is a good situation for me because they'll either take the Earthquake and go down, giving me advantage, or they shield it, which means they have no more shields. So I'll just let my Meganium go down and bring out my Altaria. And my Altaria's Dragon Breath is resisted by the steel typing of the Ferrothorn. So I'm just going to use this opportunity to farm energy on my Altaria. They switch into Azumarill, which isn't good. So I'll just take down as much HP from this Azumarill. And I choose to not shield and let my Altaria go because my Azumarill in the back is a much better closer on a team than my Altaria. And indeed, you are about to see just how well an Azumarill can close and sweep for your team. A good closing Pokemon has a versatile moveset and the bulk required to carry it through many matches against other Pokemon and win the set. So against this Azumarill, I'm just going to farm as much as I can. I have one shield, they have none. Out comes the Ferrothorn and we're going to put it on ice. This Ice Beam takes it down. And then out came the rain and washed the spider out. Down it goes. And I win this matchup against the Azumarill because I saved that shield till the end. So I'm just shielding this Ice Beam and taking down their Azumarill with my Ice Beam. And this was a very good game and good performance by my Azumarill especially. So if you don't have an Azumarill as yet, you should get one for your team. Going into this match, I start the Altaria facing off against the grass type, a very good match. So they switch immediately to Umbreon and I switch to Azumarill because the fairy resists the dark typing. And they use Last Resort, but I have so much bulk that I most likely will come out the winner in this match. But regardless of the match, even if you have the advantage, you must think one step ahead. So what is my opponent going to bring out after I defeat his Umbreon? Most likely they'll bring back in the Venusaur to counter my Azumarill. So My aim is to finish this match against the Umbreon with a little bit of energy saved, so that I can at least get off one Ice Beam onto that Venusaur. And as the Venusaur comes out, I do have an Ice Beam ready. And they do not shield it, which is very good for me. I can just let my Azumarill go down and bring out my Altaria to finish off the Venusaur. And yes, I had to shield that because that poison attack would have done a lot of damage to my Altaria. They bring out the Registeel, so I bring out my Meganium to counter. I must get in an Earthquake onto this Registeel. So I choose to go for the Shield Bait with Frenzy Plant. So I hope they shield this. And they do. It's very good for me, and I have to shield this Flash Cannon or my Meganium will go down. And I go for the double Shield Bait. Will they fall for it? Yes, they did fall for the second Shield Bait, and at this point I just go for the Frenzy Plant because I have no more shields and I want to get this Registeel HP down as much as possible for my Altaria to finish it off. And I have energy saved up on this Altaria, and I go straight for the Dragon Pulse, high damage, and for the fast move KO. Now Altaria does much better against Registeel than you may expect. Those Dragon Breaths do a lot of damage even though they're resisted. Going into this match, I start my Azumarill and get a great matchup against the Altaria. So they switch into Deoxys Defense form, which is a good switch, a good safe switch, and I choose to put my Meganium against it because it does not have any charge moves that are super effective against Meganium. Also, I want to distance my Meganium from that Altaria, as well as save my Azumarill to face off against the Altaria because it has Ice Beam. My Azumarill has Ice Beam. And one more Frenzy Plant against this Deoxys, and amazingly my opponent uses both their shields and I still have both of mine. So I choose the Altaria because I don't want my Altaria to meet theirs either, because their Dragon Breath will do super effective damage against mine. I just have to look out for those Rock Slides from the Deoxys. The second Rock Slide will not KO, and I can just farm down now. They choose to switch to not allow me to farm. Very good move. But I switch immediately to my Azumarill and Ice Beam now. Look at this. Look at this. This person gets a gift from Niantic. They get the legendary third shield due to lag. You must be a Niantic employee. Just kidding. But that's okay. I have another Ice Beam coming up. And I can tank this that Sky Attack. So I have one more Ice Beam coming up, and this should take down the Altaria, or at least bring it very low to fainting. And I got to farm a little bit extra on the end there. Very good. Now what do they have left? They have a Deoxys very low on HP. Here it comes, and I'm just going to farm it down. I use my shield to keep my options open. I want both of my Pokemon left alive, and this is going to be tough. A Lantern does really well against Azumarill and Altaria, so I just have to chip away the HP on that Lantern as much as possible. Hydro Pump followed by Dragon Pulse. Let's see if I can fast move it down. I can't. But my Azumarill will be able to come in and finish the job. So I hoped you enjoyed this video and will use this team in some way. It's a very good balanced team. I will leave you with some clips showing you how each of these Pokemon does in a one-on-one situation. See you in future videos.